about, since you work with Mitt Romney, I'm going to direct this at Chris.
Yeah.
How would you handicap the field for the Republican presidential nomination?
And Eric made some really good points a while ago. It's very, very interesting. We're in a very, very unique situation. We're as close to a third party, not that there's going to be, but we're very close to that. You know, with the growing of the independents, you know, 64 to 68% of independents have left President Obama.
Right.
Some may come back. There might be a higher migration. He's up against some tremendous challenges, but he's got the platform and he's got the money and all that, so it's not a given. So then you look at the Republican field. You've had a flavor of the month, basically, and you've got very, very different, but then you've got similar candidates. It's really interesting. Handicapping it right now, I believe that Romney is the safe bet, but I think Romney has 08-itis, and that's just that he was involved. 08-itis, the 2008 campaign, he was a part of it. Anybody, anything having to do with 08, I believe, is smeared.
Really?
Yes. I don't think he's going to be able to overcome that. He lost to the guy that lost to Obama.
Right.
And Mitt Romney is a very, very good candidate in many ways. He's far too moderate for me, and I think he's a country club Republican, and I don't think he's a true conservative at all.
Who's his biggest challenger then?
Well, you know, flavor of the month, obvious, is Cain, but Zogby came out with a poll today, and this isn't highly likely Republican primary voters, but they are Republican primary voters across the nation. So it doesn't matter across the nation now. Obviously,
it's
Iowa, South Carolina,
state.
Nevada, and Florida matter. But you cannot discount the fact that Herman Cain has zero money, basically, up to this point, and he's at 45% support, and Romney's at 21%. I did an interview with Fox News last week, and they kept on asking me over and over and over again, do you think Cain's for real? Like, heck,
45%.
yes, he's at 45 to 21. That doesn't mean he's guaranteed. So you've got top-tier status with a guy with no money, no organization. He's got to prove himself. Can he do it? It's really interesting. Romney's got all the advantages, and Perry, even though he's taken a big dip, he's not out of it. He's definitely lingering and can make a comeback. So it's Cain, Romney, and Perry with $17 million cash. You can do a lot of
money
damage with
certainly
it.
there, but you have to have the support too. The 999 plan getting a lot of attention, and does it? I'm not quite sure I have a handle on it, and
it's a
I know 999 though. It definitely sticks with you.
No, it does.
The guy's gone from 9%. Corner phrase, of support in September to 45 now. Okay, so 999 basically the thing that's
to the 666 plan.
No.
Who was the candidate that
somebody
turned it
he's
over?
Is this thing on? Is this thing on?
Wouldn't you rather to take that
veal.
big, huge salary you're turning in and pay 9% on it as opposed to 39%?
Oh, I'm sure. I would love to see him actually do that.
So it takes capital gains and gets rid of them. It takes every single thing and washes it out, and it takes a 9% income tax, 9% payroll, and an additional, this is the scary part, an additional 9% federal sales tax on everything. So go out there and buy a bar of soap.
Everything
or get
costs
some
more.
Chicken kitchen.
Right.
You're talking 17+% on
You
every single purchase.
You want to see something that kills the
a lot.
lower middle class. That kills the lower middle class faster than anything.
You think so?
Not having jobs works too.
You can't. You're going to add another 9% on from the state tax onto that.
You know what really
So
kills
someone
not
that's
having
what
health
$50,000 making $50,000
That's
a year
guaranteed.
doesn't affect someone like myself. I mean, I'm still gonna. I probably won't buy as much stuff, but you're not gonna have a lot of businesses that are happy about that.
Well, business has, you got no business tax, and
No, what I'm talking about
you got
from
no
the standpoint
corporate
of trying to
gains, no
sell,
capital
from trying to
gains.
sell. He's just moving the money around. But.
Oh yeah. I mean, as far
Watch
as selling,
Charles Clay on this pass. I don't think he has a.
I don't think anybody knows where the ball is there.
Now does
like
everybody pay 9% no matter how much they make?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So
The problem is, how do you deal with
so I'll be
write-offs?
taxed the same as a teacher would be.
Does
taxed.
that eliminate write-offs completely? I mean,
All the
with the
loopholes are gone.
exception
I think more
of
offensive
no, with
linemen
the
have
exception
jobs
of
than school teachers
charity,
right now.
you do have a charity write-off. Other than that, I think across the board, no write-offs, nothing. Charity write-offs are admissible.
So
So you get 9% charity, and then
Isn't
that's it.
So how much of it can you write off then?
Oh, that's nothing except for your charity donation.
That's what I'm saying. But if I donate, is there a cap on that or?
I don't know. Don't know.
what do you think, Jim, from Mitt Romney's standpoint? You got to expect the flavor of the month is not going to last, but he has a pretty sizable lead.
No, look, well, the national polls are,
Everybody loves Black Walnut. I don't know what you're talking about.
which they
It's not-
apparently don't serve anymore.
It's not a flavor of the month. Black Walnut is loved by
Hey,
everybody.
leave the race card in the bag there, the race flavor.
No, but
No, that's what Herman Cain says he is.
yeah.
Oh,
calls
okay.
himself
He
Black
said that's
Walnut.
his, that's
because
his favorite.
because Black Walnut's not a flavor of the month. They love it all year.
But you know, he's getting vetted now, and we'll see what he's an eminently likable guy. He's got a great personal story. He's the happy warrior, so he's impossible not to like. Question is, do his ideas pan out? We'll see. We'll see. The voters will decide.
How much has his faith hurt him?
Cain's?
Oh, no, I'm talking about. I thought you were talking about
He
Mitt
knew who
Romney.
you were
Oh,
talking
yeah.
about.
No, he was asking him about Cain.
Oh, I'm sorry. Never mind.
You know,
I'm sorry.
I think just to directly address that, I think that hurts in the margins, maybe in some of the deep South states where you have the strong Baptist contingent.
Sure.
But overall,
People who watch Big
I think
Love.
we've moved beyond that.
You know what's interesting on that faith issue? You know, I keep hearing people saying over and over again that his Mormon religion's going to hurt him. I don't see that playing out because Perry dropped like a lead balloon in Iowa, and Iowa is about as Bible Belt evangelical Christian as you can get.
100%.
And if they weren't comfortable with a Mormon, I mean, these are just polls, but these are highly likely. It's a caucus state, so it's, you know, caucuses are weird and arcane and all that, archaic. But we've got a guy who's a Mormon leading Iowa. I think that's a pretty good indicator that maybe the Mormon issue is not going to be as big as people think.
Now, will Mormons? Now, will they? Could it play out where maybe it's not so much of the Baptists you're talking about, but for moderates?
You know,
That the moderates are okay with, you know, Jesus Christ.
I think
and,
right now
you know,
everybody
but then
is-
they start learning about Mormonism, and it's like, maybe, you know, somehow they're going to pass judgment on
I don't
that's
think
crazier
you know,
than what I actually
You
believe.
really have to drill down to each state. I don't think it's going to be a big deal. We got 17 to 22 million people who are out of a job. We got 17% of this country who unemployed. And unemployment is
That
not
is-
9.1%. That's a political definition of somebody currently taking money being unemployed. Unemployment is someone who wants a job, needs a job, and can't get a job. That's 17% of this country. That's where Perry is like completely off the reservation, talking about all this extraneous bull when all people care about are jobs and the economy.
being able to pay your bills?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's why the Mormon stuff is not going to go anywhere.
right.
You know,
I'm sorry I missed this, but is Herman Cain going to last? In
we'll
your
see.
view?
We'll see. I mean,
In your view, is he going to last?
I think he will, but he's got to. He's caught lightning in a bottle, like we said. This Zogby poll, I was mentioning that nationwide. But no matter what, CNN poll has him tied 29-29. He's top tier right now. But here's the deal: Romney has everything set. Okay, he's got an organization. He can drill down into every state, every county, every precinct. He's raising $15 million at a clip each reporting period. Cain has nothing. He didn't have any money to hire consultants, basically. So can this man, who's a damn good businessman, can he, in a short period of time, collect himself and create a national organization immediately, not make any mistakes, which is very difficult to do? He's got to bat .450, using a baseball analogy. He's got to create a total, complete organizational structure, not have leaks, not do anything wrong, and he's got to raise 15 to 20 million over the next 2 months. If he can do those two things, hell yeah, he's there. That's a big effort.
Now, didn't he say last Sunday that he was raising $1 million a week or something like that?
He raised 2.8 in the last 3 weeks, which
Will-
is more than
will
Perry
the-
and Romney. But you got to do that over 3
Will
months.
the money follow the polls? In other words,
Generally
he's
does.
getting
It generally
support, so
does,
the
but
money will
he's
come
got to
in.
have the right people saying, "Give this guy
Right.
money." But it should. He should be able to raise a bunch of money in the next 30 to 45 days. Hate to
Question
put a number on it, but he's probably got to get like 10 million in the next 45
Wow.
days. And then with the super PACs, he's not going to have a bunch of super PACs. Romney's going to have super PACs coming out of his ears, and so is Perry. And of course, Obama's going to have, you know,
I think in some way
150 super
people
PACs.
probably like the idea that he's not in bed with a lot of big-time supporters.
the fact
I
that
mean,
he's
isn't
not a
that an appeal?
politician, that he doesn't walk around with a ton
Really
of handlers.
interesting, isn't it?
Just give it time.
Yeah.
He'll get in bed with all of them. Don't worry about it. They all do.
They say,
a
give it
vet.
time, he'll say something stupid.
He's
Yeah,
a
they all do.
vet.
They all do.
Absolutely.
That's the only way. It's the catch-22 of politics now. The
Absolutely.
only way to win is to sell out, pretty much.
Where does the Tea Party figure into this, and is it going to hurt the Republican nominee, whoever it is, if the country is splintered over between the Tea Parties and the Republicans.
Tea Party was solidly with Bachmann and solidly with Perry. Now they're solidly with Cain. They have clearly shown an indifference to Romney.
Can you be
So
solid
he's
and
there.
move your opinion 3 times? They seem solid.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But I
Do you
mean,
think that's going to be tough to get them to come out
No.
if Romney ends up winning the nomination?
no way.
No.
These people are going to come out in droves to vote against this president. In droves.
I think that's a great, you said the right word, against, because they're not really voting for anything.
Well,
They're voting
anytime a
against the
sitting
other
president
guy.
runs, it's a referendum against, it's an up or down.
Right.
And you know, we got 74 to 80% at any single poll in the country saying we're going in the wrong direction. We got 26% who are pleased with the job of the economy. He's got approval of 39 to 43. This guy's in a big, huge hole, and it's a referendum on him. And so far, people are going to come out in droves.
So if
to
you're
vote against
Obama,
him.
what are you doing now?
Divide the country and rip it to shreds. This is just the beginning, this Wall Street crap. This country is going to be ripped to shreds along economic. We hate rich people, we hate corporations. It'll be ripped across racial lines. He will destroy this country and whoever's on the other side of the ticket. That's his only chance to win.
So you're like on the fence about everything.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Huh. Well, what's happened so far?
So you would consider yourself a moderate then?